Hi, I'm Andy Bellamy from AJA, and you're joining us at IBC 2015, and I'm here today to talk to you about the new firmware update for CION and some of the other CION-related news from this year's IBC. So the firmware we have at this year's IBC is firmware 1.2.1. This firmware really directly addresses some user-related issues that have come up from our customer base. So essentially, we knew we had a couple of bugs in there that we really wanted to get fixed for our customers, and that's what we've provided at IBC. So particularly one of those was if you're involved with playback on the device, if you're in a specific gamma mode and you engage playback, as you can do very easily on camera, to check the previous take, the reset would occur with the gamma mode. That's now been corrected. We also have added a new enhancement to our encoder. This doesn't mean higher frame rates. What this means is actually the way that we do encode is actually higher quality, and the way that we handle that internally, we have refined that process. So that's another key feature within this firmware. We've also addressed another issue to do with the signal generator, which we've subtly tweaked, so that's offering you a better output as well for your usage on set when you're calibrating your devices too. And we've also addressed a small issue with timecode. In terms of CION, AJ has obviously been around for now some 22 years, and we are well known for a number of other products. CION is our first camera. CION will remain our first camera for the time being. We believe in the product, we've spent a long time developing it, and it's core to AJ's current range of devices. We're going to continue to develop for the camera itself. It's easy for us to look at what we need to do and how we want to address it. What's harder is to tell you how long it takes to actually make those refinements. But we are all ears to our customer base. It's a very active world out there with CION users, and we're actively engaging with our own beta testing group in order to try and bring the best to our next level of firmware, which hopefully we'll be announcing possibly at the next show. I can't comment at this time. So CION is, as you're probably aware by now, having looked at the footage, is quite a cinematic camera. We do, however, have a number of gamma modes that respond to an instant need, perhaps to turn around footage very quickly, where we can lock in a very detailed, vivid look and deliver that. However, to get the most out of CION, we would recommend looking at the expanded 1 gamma mode. And what this means is we really stretch out the dynamic range that's capable here within the sensor to almost a full 12 stops. In terms of capturing that image and working with it in post-production, by using Unity as your white balance setting and being at 320 ISO, that's the richest amount of information that we can bring into the sensor for you to work with in post-production. Selecting ProRes 444 as your 12-bit codec and utilizing 4K or ultra-high definition as the acquisition size arguably gives you the best performance from this camera. It lets you make very detailed decisions in post-production, a combination of using this as well as our histogram, because with our camera, you're far better off protecting the highlights and then bringing up the information within the shadows in post-production. And as we said, the 444 12-bit side of ProRes means you do have excellent latitude to do so. Also, in terms of working with the camera, we would also recommend using the video gamma LUT. So if you're working an expanded one, you'll notice the image will get leached out. It will be very, very low contrast. By employing a Rec. 709 style LUT internally, we can monitor on our existing viewfinder or small LED screen and get the best out of the camera, so we're making good decisions about focus and detail on set. So CION has been used on a number of commercial projects during the year. One of the hardest things about being a product marketing manager for a camera is speaking to some amazing people who are involved with very exciting projects, but because of embargoes and the time it takes between a production to delivery, it's not always possible for us to share that information within a relevant time frame. For example, this show. What we have done this show is to release a very compelling showreel. And the showreel itself contains a number of sequences taken from current commercial campaigns that were shot in North America. One of our current CION advocates and a very keen user of the camera is a chap called TJ Derry. He's a very skilled cinematographer. He's been interviewed recently in American Cinematographer concerning the recent projects he's been using the camera for. One of these has been a craft dinner project, as well as a campaign for Easy Grow, a grass seed company. These are all elements which you'll find in our showreel, which you can find on Vimeo on our AJA channel, or by visiting his website. There's another amount of projects out there as well, which unfortunately are under embargo, but we will be talking about those soon and sharing some really amazing footage from those features. Not only is that process important to us in terms of promoting the camera, it's vital to us in terms of feedback from a real-world user. How does the camera operate on set? What features would be required? And how can we look at refining the image pipeline? So it's valuable for us to have these relationships. We've also been very lucky using the CION program, which has been a huge success in North America, to then roll that over into Japan and also to mainland Europe. And many of the CION program users are very skilled professionals who we've been very lucky to have very nice footage shared to us for this current showreel as well, and I hope for the next one too.